Well, Freddie Kitchens had to answer a lot of questions as OTAs wrapped up. Next week, in a couple of days actually, mandatory minicamp gets set, which means everybody has to be there. One of the things Freddie Kitchens addressed, Odell Beckham Jr. showed up to just one of the voluntary workouts. Another thing that was a hot topic, free agent Gerald McCoy down to 3 teams that he's considering, the Browns, the Ravens, and the Panthers. Freddie Kitchens addressed how real he thinks the opportunity is for the Browns to sign Gerald McCoy. But Freddie Kitchens was extremely happy with the work that the team was able to get done during OTAs.
Well, I thought we got a lot accomplished. The base of everything that we're going to be doing is probably in. And again, that's just a starting point. You've got to have a base to start with, and we've done a good job of manufacturing that, and we'll see where it takes off from here.
Hey, Freddie, did you get to meet with Gerald McCoy last week during his visit?
I did.
What were your impressions?
I like the kid. I like the person. Of course, I like the player. But more importantly, just getting to know the kid, and I really like him.
Think the door is still open with him?
I do.
Are you optimistic that something can get done?
I am.
Have you been in contact with him since you left here?
Every day. No, I'm just kidding. You know what? We want Gerald to go out and look at other places, because when he makes the commitment here, we want him to be all in. Because everybody that's going to be here is going to be all in, and that's what we need to get to where we're going. So we're fine with him taking a look at everybody else. We don't care, because we've told him who we were, and if that's who he wants, he will end up here. And he knows the direction we're headed.
Did those discussions get to the point of him wanting to know what your projected role for him would be, playtime? And do you get that specific in a meeting like that?
No, didn't really get that specific. He knows he's going to be playing. I know the more good football players you have, the better you are, the better rotation is. The better you can get after a quarterback in a 2-minute drive. There's a staggering stat of something like, 78% of 2-minute drives, if you have a sack, you give up a sack anywhere along that way, your chance of scoring goes under 20%. So he knows when we want to put pressure on the quarterback. He knows that's what we're going to be about, and hopefully he wants to be a part of it.
At this point of his career, is that what he's best at?
I think so.
Freddie,
I don't know. We'll see, Tony. I hope so. We're trying to sign him.
Freddie, you hear all the time, meeting went great, meeting went great. If it did go great, what makes it a great meeting with a guy like Gerald?
Just getting to know the guy. His what he says is important to him is important to us, and vice versa.
So did this meeting go great?
I think it went as good as it could.
What would you bring from a leadership standpoint?
He's been in the league a long time. He's played 10 years. He's been to the fire. He would offer all those things. We're still young up front in a lot of areas. Even the guys that we signed this year are still young, relatively speaking. So, just every bit of leadership, but, leadership is being able to go out and do something and let somebody see you do it. Leadership can also be directing you off the field and on the field and everything else. So there's a lot of different aspects of leaderships, and we're going to try to create more than just one leader.
You've talked a lot about your goals as a team, and he's made it known that he wants to be with the contender and compete in the playoffs for the first time. How much do those goals align, and how much of a discussion was that?
Well, that's always our goal, and if that's his goal, he's coming to the right place.
Freddie, did you feel like there were times last year when you guys leaned on some of your defensive linemen too much in terms of how many snaps your starters got, and that maybe just adding guys and adding a little depth there?
Well, I think definitely you're always trying to look, first of all, you're trying to look to add competition, and then from that point, you try to add depth through that competition. And the more depth you have, of course, the fresher you can be at the end of ball games. So yes, the answer to the question, yes, but I think that's always an ongoing situation.
And what was the reason he visited the Browns first? Was it more than just logistics and his travel plans, or was there another reason?
I don't know.
Any expectation of when you might do something?
I know, John and them did a good job of getting him in here, so that's why. I would assume that's why, or our travel lady did. Debbie did a great job.
Freddie, this might sound like a silly question, but now that you've had some time out there on the field, how are you as a head coach? How do you think you're doing out there?
I don't know. I really don't try to evaluate myself from that standpoint. I'm just another coach, and that's how I see myself as. I just have the responsibility. I have the platform rather to be able to talk to everybody involved now. That's truly how I see it.
Look forward to getting them all together next week and see what you have.
Yes, of course. It would be nice to have everybody here and get them some work and get everybody ready to compete during training camp when we're going to start forming the Cleveland Browns.
Freddie, how has Baker navigated these sessions, these throwing sessions, without having some of his top guys? How can that make it benefit?
You know, one thing Baker can get better at, because we ain't got some of our top guys here, but one thing Baker can get better at, although they're not here, is he's still got to go through his progressions. He's still got to learn how to throw different receivers. He still has to learn how different receivers come in and out of routes. I almost knocked your thing over again. But so he can continue to get better with his eyes and with his declarations and with his sights and his hots and his protection adjustments and things like that. And then throwing the guys, different type guys coming out of breaks, because even when we have all 3 or 4 guys here, we have our top 6 guys. If we have our top 6 guys, every one of those 6 is going to come out of a break differently. So that's just extra practice for that type setting. He's done a good job of that.
We know you have a lot of really good frontline players. How do you feel generally about the depth? Do you look out and think, yeah, when the 2s are out there, I like what I see, or do you think, this spot, we need some guys to come on?
Well, me as a coach, I'm always wanting guys to come on and come on more, all right, because I don't think you're never, like I said about the quarterbacks, I don't think you're ever a finished product with any position. So whether it be our second team guys or third team guys or first team guys, it doesn't matter. I'm always wanting more. They can always do more. They can do more in the meeting room, which enables them to do more on the field. So I'm always wanting more. But as far as depth, that is what it is. It's, I feel like we're doing a good job. John and his staff's doing a good job of providing the guys that have potential to make that depth. But all right now, it's just like our team. It's just potential.
The last time out of Odell next week.
I just want to see him.
The last time
missed out on the last 3 weeks.
A lot. The offense.
The last time we talked to you about Duke Johnson, which was 2 weeks ago, you said you expected to see him June 4th. Anything change your mind?
It's mandatory. Next week's mandatory. He should be here.